Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. Willkommen Venezia. I'm here for the Venice Film Festival, and one of the great joys is getting to talk to different filmmakers. I want to introduce you for the very first time, Amy Canaan Mann. Amy, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're not a novice here at Venice. You've been here before. What does this festival mean to a filmmaker such as yourself?
This festival means a lot to a filmmaker such as myself. This is a fantastic festival, and you feel so cared for as a filmmaker at this festival. I mean, clearly everyone just loves the craft of filmmaking and is here to support it. So it's lovely to be back. It's quite an honor.
Now, the film that she has brought this year is called Jackie and Ryan, and it's a wonderful quintessential slice of Americana, really about a relationship, but it also focuses on bluegrass and folk music. How knowledgeable were you of that genre of music?
Well, I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and the Fiddler's Gathering that's in the film is actually a replica of a Fiddler's Gathering that I used to go to all the time as a kid. So the music really spoke to me, and I have a lot of memories of that kind of. There's not much to do in Indiana but play basketball or music. So, you know, there was a lot of music around. So yeah, I guess I was familiar with that genre already, and I love it. And then also because the main character was a train hopper, and we're focusing on a genre of train hoppers who busk. I wanted to be as authentic as possible and respectful as possible of them, and so a lot of the songs that you hear on camera are songs that are actually used to busk with, and they're all pre-1930 early American tunes.
Well, when you see this movie too, the two actors are Ben Barnes and Katherine Heigl, and many of you might not think that they are singers, but in this movie they are afforded the opportunity to sing. How important for you as a filmmaker that they were authentic in being able to vocalize? It was
incredibly important to me as a filmmaker that they were authentic. I think because I played classical viola when I was a kid, I wanted to make sure that the bar was a little high. I wanted to make sure that when you saw someone play a note of guitar, it was actually the note you were hearing in the music, and when you saw someone sing, it was really them singing. And I wanted to be as true to that music as possible, and I was fortunate enough to have Ben and Katie, who were brave enough to embark on this with me. Ben did not know how to play guitar before he took this role. I know.
God.
I know. He was a consummate professional, completely dove into the deep end on this one. And Katie does not necessarily consider herself a singer. I love her voice. I wanted somebody who, when she was singing, you would feel like they were maybe singing to their daughter, that it was sort of, or their child, something that felt very warm, and she's got this really naturally warm voice, so it worked out really well.
And speaking of warm, I don't think where you shot it, was it Ogden, Utah? Was that actually?
Ogden, Utah.
It didn't look warm there.
Not warm.
Were you in the middle of winter?
We shot in January. Yeah, it's very cold. Yeah.
I've been there, and for the Sundance Film Festival, it's very cold. Last question for you. I have had the great fortune of meeting and talking to your father on several occasions. How far does the apple fall from the tree? Was that just something in your blood that, because you've had the probably luxury of being around his film sets, that you just knew you needed to be a filmmaker?
Well, I grew up in Indiana with my mom, and when I was a kid, I was kind of a darkroom geek. I did a lot of still photography and smoked cigarettes and listened to violent femmes in there for way too long in the darkroom. And I played viola and I wrote fiction. And it wasn't until I was a teenager that I had this epiphany that you could take all of those things and put them together into filmmaking. So I was actually really lucky, I think, that I had that inclination, and then also had the great good fortune of being able to watch someone do that craft while watching my father do that craft. So I kind of had the best of both worlds.
Now, I mean, here just in Venice, the people think, oh my God, you get to come to the Venice Film Festival. Do you get a chance to enjoy a location when you come here to have to basically sell your movie?
You don't get to see very much of Venice, but you do get to enjoy the restaurants. But it's just nice to be here. Venice is beautiful. Italy is lovely. So it's just a pleasure to be in the country. It's great.
Of course, it's cold and rainy right now, so I don't know how true that is, but it is Venice.
Yeah.
Amy, I cannot thank you enough. Really,
Thank you.
So enjoyed the movie. Terrific.
Thank
Best
you
of luck
so
with
much.
it. And this is Scott Orlin. Till next time.